Good morning, everybody. Just heading now down to load up some round bales to deliver to the other out farm. Ben's already en route down. He's taken the tractor and trailer down. I'm not going to chance it today taking the trailer behind the teleporter, because it's hard enough to drive at the minute, the teleporter in the snow, without having the trailer and the weight of the bales on. Having no tyres on it is proving to be rather tricky. It's not too bad around the yard itself, but it was very tricky yesterday when we were putting in the silage down where we have the weanlings. As you can see, we're doing plenty of sliding. We'll get going now, and there we go. It's not too bad once we have a little bit of momentum built up. It's fine. But the likes of that, where you're pulling out and turning immediately left or right and up a hill, that's when you get caught out. But as you can see, once you're actually on the road, it's not really any issue. Yeah, we've had another few inches of snow overnight yet again. And the worst of it is to start this evening. There's forecasting the heavy snow to begin, well, they're saying from 4 o'clock on, but I'd say that'll be further down south of where we are. So I'd imagine by like maybe 7-8 o'clock we'll start to feel the brunt of it then, and it's to continue then overnight. So God knows what we're going to get up to in the morning. We had a calf bear overnight. Yeah, she calved during the night, and all okay. But as per normal, I'll do a little update video on that at the end of this video. So I'm just heading down now. I'm going to load up 5 round bales, and we can take them down then to the out farm where we have the 30 weanlings. And we'll put them in, and at least that should keep them going until early next week, by which point we'd be hoping that it'll be starting to thaw out. Just meeting a fellow in a BMW. Which wouldn't be the best yoke to have in the snow. The rear wheel drive. I actually seen one pulling off yesterday out of the junction down here, and he nearly lost control of it. Now and ever. Our road here isn't salted at all, but once we get on to this, you'll see here now, once we get onto this other road, it is salted, because it's kind of a link road between a couple of major towns. There's a lot of heavy traffic on it, especially morning and evenings for work. So this road here is salted. Excuse me, even though you mightn't think it, but it is. It's not, the left hand side of it here isn't that well salted, but it's not too bad. It's slushy. But yeah, yesterday we had plenty of issues putting the silage in. This here was like a skating ring, but there's a whole new layer of snow on it, and yeah, it shouldn't be too bad. No. And that's not what I wanted to happen. There's the snow in there again. Every task is made a lot more difficult once there's snow involved, isn't it? So we're just loading the last bales now. And temperatures last night got down to about -4, -5 with us, which cold enough. It's probably a little bit colder in other parts of the country, I'm sure, especially in the Midlands. We don't tend to just get it as cold as everywhere else because of where we're situated, fairly close to the coast. Now that's us loaded, so I'm going to just switch over and I'll let Ben drive down behind me with the teleporter, because just with the extra weight on that, I just don't want him to get into trouble with it. So I'll switch over to the 6.4 and you can come down the road with me in it. Yeah, so quite lucky that the roads now are salted, because if they weren't salted it would have been a completely different, more awkward job to do this. They're salted now the whole way right down to where we turn in the lane into where the out farm is. Yeah, so this is where the fun would have been if it hadn't been salted, because this is a fairly steep hill which leads down to, this is the main Dundalk to Armagh road. Hopefully this isn't too slippery and doesn't end up, I could end up pushed into a wall here very easily. There hasn't been much traffic on this, so all the cars are parked up here, so there's the good 135 that gets a few mentions in some of the videos. Now, okay, so we'll start to offload these and get ready for putting them in. Well, we're getting some of the bales in. It's quite slippery and treacherous, which I kind of expected it would be. Now we'll see how we get on out here. This is where the fun is. Fab. Now, let's see if we can get spun around here. We're kind of just sliding along. Who'd be a farmer in the snow, like? Right. Hey. Thank God for four-wheel lock, that's all I'll say. Get Ben maybe to move the trailer up for the last one. We'll move on to fresh snow. So that's kind of what we're up against today. Nothing is ever easy, is it? Well, I'm glad we're finished putting in those round bales and down on the out farm, because we had a couple of close ones with the teleport sliding around the yard. So yeah, we're glad to be finished it and have them in and in position, at least now for the next for the next 5 or 6 days that we won't have to do that again, and hopefully by the time we're back down there it'll have thawed out a little bit. It's now 5, just coming up to 5:30 in the evening, and just getting cattle, finishing off feeding our cattle, have the cows all fed, and just feeding our beef cattle now, and that's us finished then for this evening. It has gotten extremely cold. Didn't snow that awfully much from I done the video this morning. Didn't snow overnight, like I said, done a couple of inches. And cold really is all that we had. Mostly overcast as well. But just the last 15 or 20 minutes it started snowing again. It has intensified a little bit. The brunt of this storm that's coming in isn't meant to hit us until later on, or I'd say maybe during the night, so we won't see the exact extent of it until morning. Hopefully it'll not be as bad as what they're forecasting. I'll reiterate that again, because God, we've got enough snow and ice now here at the minute that it's leaving it plenty awkward. And I'm sure anyone that's farming around the country has experienced the same thing. They're probably getting sick of it. But yeah, so I'll finish feeding these cattle, and I'll show you the calf last night, the cow and her calf. I'll show you both of them. And I'll also show you, I've done a little bit of chopping and changing around as well, but I'll show you what I've done. It's just a very quick video because I am absolutely freezing, and there's not really that much update more than yesterday. The little calf in the back, who is still struggling to get up, he's very, very slow to come. I've had to put him up 3 times today already, and every time when you put him up, it's still like the first time that he's got up. He struggles to stand for a minute, gets his bearings, and then he's fine, there's no problem. He'll drink the mother, and he goes back, he lies down, and I have to come back a few hours later, but he will eventually come. This is the little guy who has the front feet, who just weren't developed properly, but no, they seem to be coming okay. He's up and drinking the mother. The other two on this side, I'll find the calf with the coat on him, or coat on her should I say, is fine, and that was the one, and then behind that was the one that was born a couple of days ago, and she's fine as well. So we'll just go out really quickly and I'll show you the calf that was born last night. Because we run out of space, we ended up having to put her in the third creeping pen for now. Oh, it is so cold. Oh. I'll just redo that because the lighting was that poor. I had to open the door. The calf was born is this little guy here. He's doing very well. This is his mother. She's not one of our oldest, but not far off. She always has very good calves. She had the calf all on her own. No, stay there, don't come out. Had the calf all on her own, and the calf got up, drank as well on his own, and yeah, he hasn't looked back since. So he's doing extremely well. Yeah, so everything was bedded today, and just trying to keep this fella from going out. He likes the snow. And then obviously then these are 3 other girls then who are in creeping as well. So what we'll do is, if this calf here gets, no, sit there. This calf gets a couple of days, we'll just move this cow on in, and he can start creeping just from here. But yeah, so that's really it. I'm going to wrap it up because I am freezing and I want to get finished. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.